Today, Wednesday, December 2nd. 9
October.
a.m.
October.
Oh, no,
She's
yeah.
like, I haven't done my Christmas shopping yet.
Time flies. October 2nd, 9 a.m. I could call this meeting of Acushnet Housing Authority to order. First item on the agenda, is review the minutes of the meeting of October 21st and the special meeting held on August 29th. Any questions or corrections?
I accept.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Is that for the 21st and the 29th?
29th.
Okay,
Both.
thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Bills, communications, and the warrant. Any questions on the warrant?
No questions.
Have a motion?
Get a motion?
Make a motion.
Have a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Director's report.
Okay. My first item on the agenda is a letter that was sent to us by Mr. Mulvey. I'm not sure if you'd like me to read it. Mr. Mulvey has decided to resign from the board. I'm from this board to the board so we can let the selectmen in the town know, the town clerk know that he has resigned. And if anybody's interested, they can send a letter to us or the selectman's office. And to fill his position, the selectmen and the board, our board together, will come together, read who was ever interested, and appoint somebody. Come the election in, is it in April or?
It's in May this year.
In May, come the election in May, they will have to run for the position. But as far as the resignation, somebody will be assigned or picked to sit on the board until the election process. So would you like to read it? You want me to read it? Okay. To the Executive Director, Board members, and residents of Presidential Terrace, I, Lawrence P. Mulvey, submit my resignation as of September 9, 2019 to the Acushnet Housing Authority. It has been an honor and privilege to have served the residents of the Presidential Terrace for the past years. Most importantly, I think Lynn, our Executive Director, has made the Presidential Terrace not only up to date in all areas, but also the best in the state. Oh, that was very nice. I would also like to thank the Chairman, Rainey Racine, a gentleman and a respected member of this board. His dedication and devotion not only to the residents and the board, but to Acushnet itself for many years. Thank you to Andy Gomes, a successful Acushnet businessman, and a reminder to all of us that the legacy of this housing authority to the late Nate Gomes. Thank you to Isabel Souza for her dedication and insight to the work the residents want and needs are. She is invaluable to this board. And to Mike Chopper, a successful and respected town resident, our best hire. His skill and craftsmanship has upgraded the terrace to all state requirements and also very respectful to all the residents. And last but not least, thank you to Arthur Bergeron, the Voice and Entertainment Director for the residents. You can count on him for all the seasonal activities in and around this community building. Thank you to all of you. God bless. Respectfully, Lawrence P. Mulvey and family.
Aye.
Motion to accept the resignation.
First motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You send a letter of appreciation.
I will. I didn't do anything until I addressed the board. And once the board was addressed, then I'm going to be sending out all my letters to the town and to the Mulvey family.
We'll just put a number up to Patsy. That's good.
Okay, once again, I believe it's a 3-year contract. Our contract came up with RCAT, which is our regional construction advisor. I'm asking the board to renew our contract with them. It's been, I think it's been really helpful. I think Mike can agree. We have a gentleman, his name is Greg. He's our RCAT advisor. He comes down with us, he assesses the property. Usually we're on the same page of what needs to be done, if it's a hazard or if it's just something that needs to be done due to preventative maintenance. We've been working very well with him over the years. He does a lot of the small procurement for us. So I asked the board if we can go ahead and renew the contract with our regional capital assistance team, just so we can continue and keep the buildings up to date from this point forward into the next couple of years.
You need a contract on that?
I believe it ran out in September, but with our meeting postponed.
Go ahead.
So this particular, it was in March of 2017, July 1st, 2019.
This was Davidson.
Oh, thanks. July 1st, 2017 to June 30th, 2022. So 17, 18, 19, so it's a 5-year contract.
Yeah.
And it's really good because it does help us, it takes away some of the work from us with the procurement, and he's really on top of things. He's according to some of our reps yesterday, he's probably one of the better ones for residential.
That's good.
Yep.
You know, motion to
First motion?
renew the contract.
First motion to
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so just so Julie knows, so a motion was made to renew the 5-year contract with RCAT, and a motion was made by Isabel and seconded by Mr. Gomes. Thank you. You're welcome. Sorry about that. Okay. So next on the agenda, something that we were lucky enough because of RCAT, just to say. Every once in a while, grants are put out and they're available. And if they are available, it's something we can use. Our RCAT representative calls us right away. In this case, there was an energy savings award, and they put it out there, and then they took it back really quick, but we were lucky enough to have our application in before it was taken back. So in this next vote, if you can see, I'm asking the board to vote the amendment number 5 to the contract for financial assistance for our work plan. Originally, I believe they're adding $164,398. It doesn't say the original amount. Formula Fund Award for 2022 is $72,398. For the energy saving, it's $92,000. So they're adding an additional $164,398 to our
Already.
to our contract for this year. 2020 would be the doors and windows. 2022 is our formula funding amount. I'm sorry, this I should have been copied in. You don't have this in your files? Do you have this in your files?
Probably not.
Yeah, you do. Okay. So for 2022, the $98,000 is all the doors we're getting. They're going to replace front doors and back doors. They're also going to take out, I believe, the flooring, because it was found with asbestos. So the flooring in the hallways are going to be replaced also. That might be an additional cost to us. We're not sure. We haven't gotten there yet. But the quotes and the work and the plans are all going up for bid. So once that goes up for bid, we'll kind of see what we're at. So I just need, a board vote.
Well, actually, we're not just getting the doors, we're getting the paddle handles.
Oh, yes.
They're upgrading them to an ADHD,
Yeah, which I explained that in the
Yeah.
past,
Yeah.
the handicap doors are gonna be all the outside doors,
Mhm.
and they're all gonna have the handicap accessible, knobs. So instead of having a doorknob, it's like a pull,
Okay.
Yeah.
it's a pull knob, yep,
Yeah.
so. And slowly we're changing that, so it's easy for everybody to open the door.
And it's just the outside doors or
Yes.
Is
the
it-
inside doors?
No, inside doors are not being replaced,
No.
it's just the outside doors.
Okay.
Yeah, which actually is gonna be great for us because they're working on the vinyl siding quote, we have the engineers getting the final package together. So, we'll have new doors, new windows, new roof, everything's gonna be pretty much all enveloped in,
No.
so. So I asked the board to make a motion, I believe I have the exact motion here, I'm just gonna read it to you. Okay. So I asked the board for amendment number 5, the contract for financial assistance 501, adding funding to the formula funding master CFA for fiscal year 2022. All developments for the preservation and modernization of state-supported public housing in FY 2020 Energy Savings Initiative Award, as specified in the contract for capital improvement work plan, approved building, and timetable for compensation of the work. All such work shall be subject to the requirements set out in the Commonwealth terms and conditions in attachment A. I ask the board to go ahead and make a motion to add the $164,398.
Got a motion for that?
I'll make a motion.
Second motion?
In favor?
Aye.
Free money.
No?
We'll take it.
Nice.
Next on the agenda, I'd like to table the preventative maintenance plan. It is done. We did get audited yesterday. I went through with our maintenance specialist from DHCD, and it's perfect. It just needs the title changed a little bit because we had a lot of information there. So instead of doing a plan, we're going to rename it as a policy. So before I go ahead, because it's probably like 20 pages, I'd like to change the name of the policy and for you to vote on, but I'd like you to read through it first, and I don't think we have time to read through all 20 pages today.
Next meeting.
So if you don't mind, I'd like to vote to table the preventive maintenance. I put plan, it should be policy, to the next meeting.
I'll make a motion to table.
Second motion?
In favor?
Aye.
As far as the deferred maintenance policy, it's one page. We can go ahead and get a vote, a board vote to make this a policy. So a deferred maintenance plan is basically, the Department of Housing has come up with a way we should do maintenance here. So obviously, we've done it from day one, we just have to make a policy of it. So the way Acushnet Housing Authority does it is we have 6 categories of work orders. First and foremost is emergency work orders, as defined on on-call service list. So all the tenants will be getting during their certifications a list of on-call services. The only thing they should be calling the maintenance man at night for. Anything else needs to wait till the next day. So our emergency work orders come first, followed by our vacancy work orders, which would be getting the apartment ready to be rented out. Then preventative maintenance work orders, inspections, routines, and requested work orders. So this is what we've been following for a while, and this is what we continue following. So DHCD just wants a policy stating that the board knows that in any situation, if somebody has a work order that's not high on the list, the other, 5 come first, which, if it's a requested work order for, something that needs to be painted, of course, apartment needs to be done first, preventative maintenance needs an emergency. So this is what we have been following, but we're just asking the board to vote the policy in, and this is what we will be following from here on in.
Got a motion?
First motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now, how does that preventative maintenance work for us? How does that work?
Our preventative maintenance, so our preventative maintenance is basically, there's
We'll push that over, that's not,
Honestly, Mike has you'll see in our preventative maintenance plan, we have a plan. Things that he does weekly, things that he does monthly, things that he does yearly.
okay.
Weekly being walking around, making sure the trash areas are free of tripping hazards, anything like that. If there's a shingle that's loose, if there's a shutter that's loose, something that would prevent any big spending any big cost spending for us. So preventative maintenance would be basically, and what else would you say would be preventative maintenance?
It would be anything that
Tripping hazard,
Anything
anything
that could
tripping
create a
hazard.
hazard.
Yeah, any kind of hazards or
Whatever, yeah.
anything that would cause, like,
Damage.
if the roof was leaking, like, we need to fix that right away, or if somebody's tub was leaking into the ceiling and we had a water spot, that needs to be fixed right away. Anything that's gonna cause us to have bigger damage in the future would be preventative maintenance. Also on that list monthly would be checking the oil in the truck. They're very specific of, having the tires rotated, any kind of different maintenance that would cause the housing authority to spend more money would be preventative maintenance. So, and we've been really good about that, like sending the tractors out in the
Yeah, I do it every other year, yeah, and then I just maintain it,
Yep. So what's good about the audit we had yesterday with the HCD, like this is all on a sheet, and then they check it. And the work orders that we have now, when he does it, we put it on a work order. So when they come in, they know that this is getting done because it's a triple check system.
Yeah.
So everything's definitely being done to maintain the property here. We had an excellent audit, thanks to Mike, thanks to Julie with the work orders. It was actually a really easy day yesterday.
Yeah, she said this is a boring place.
Yeah, she said it was boring, but it's okay, it wasn't boring for us. So,
That sounds good.
yeah, and,
It's good because the truth, nobody complained about anything.
yeah,
If the people call him or call the office for him, he's done everything.
yeah. And the new desk audit, it's called PMR, it's a performance management review from DHCD. When they come down, it's the first 2 years were tests to see what was going on in housing authorities. This was the first year it's going to be online. So anybody that wants to come to a housing authority can go on and say, no maintenance issues, no office issues, everything's being done on time, which is really good.
That's good.
So this is something new with DHCD. Well, it's been 3 years, but now it was in test mode. Now it's coming forth, and it's definitely going to prevent a lot of housing authorities from, just going on, getting through. It's going to make them do the things that they should have been doing, and it's going to prevent a lot of destruction if they're doing the preventative maintenance.
Sounds to me like they're going to use your system.
Yeah, and they set up the system. We're just following it really well.
And I'm telling you one thing, we are very lucky with the triple E. We sit down outside all summer long, I don't see one single mosquito.
Yes.
And the squad, the
Mosquito
thing,
squad. Yep.
they did an excellent job.
Yep. And we do, we have a lot of things that we're looking for, getting all the new vinyl siding on buildings. That's the engineers in the final staging to put the packet together to have that go out. They're hoping that if they can get everything together, that the vinyl siding project will start in January. So hopefully it'll be done by the spring. As far as the wiring and I think that bid is going out very shortly. That's going to be more intense because we're going to have to get into units. But as far as the vinyl siding in the price of the vinyl siding, which we're still going back and forth on, what was nice about it was the gentleman who came out and walked the property decided the front of the buildings are going to be all the shingles as is. The back of the building is going to be clapboard, except that one building that you drive around and you can see the back. They did put in the engineer's report that should be shingled also because it's the only back of the building that you see in the development. Yeah, 17 and 18. Yep, so it's gonna look exactly like it does now, just with brand new
And
vinyl
the
siding.
columns, we need to decide. Or
Yeah, as we don't, I did read the bid that's going out, and it didn't say what color, it just gave 5 or 6 different companies. So whoever gets the bid, wins the bid, they're gonna come in with the colors with us, and then we'll work it that way.
And-
We're hoping to get a wood color, just a plain, look stained wood color, so that way it'll look like an old New England like
Yeah,
Sturbridge,
yeah.
because this, I mean, it is presidential terrace, it's old American, and that's exactly the look we're looking for, is the old American
That's
look.
what's on
Yeah.
the picture.
Yeah, like, yeah, similar to the picture.
Picture.
Yep. So things are happening.
And the fire at the alarms,
Yes.
the fire department was supposed to do the alarms too?
No,
Bench, no?
no, that's being put out to bid for, I would assume an electrician or.
Yeah, it's electric,
Yeah.
electrician.
Yeah, that's, yeah, so we don't know, it's a
This
pretty,
is
it's
a
a
big-
pretty big package.
Well, yeah.
It's pretty
Of course.
close, yeah.
The quote for the vinyl siding, not, I wouldn't say so much a quote, the prospective
Estimated.
price came in a little bit high. I think it was only $20-some thousand high. That was with the shutters, because that was
Shutters,
putting in all new shutters for the fronts of the buildings. So that's one thing that we're hoping, like, you know, if the quotes come in lower, then we can get the shutters. If not, we might have to give up the shutters right now, but, you know, that'll all come once the quotes come in and we present them to the board, so. Alright.
You can't even have my
So what? Yeah, well, I'll say that at the end. Office report, monthly activity, yeah, I can tell you about that. We've been really, really busy getting ready for the audit, doing a couple other things in the office. We also, if anybody saw the selectmen's meeting on Wednesday, the Mattapoisett town administrator, he works for a center that got the veterans housing for the old state trooper barracks on Dartmouth. What they're doing is they're looking to put 12 units into the public library. So that hasn't come forth to us yet, but what will be nice is if we can get the funding, it's not going to cost the Acushnet taxpayers any money. It would be through CPA from Acushnet and Mattapoisett. So it wouldn't only be Acushnet's money, it would be Mattapoisett's money, which would let us rent 6 apartments to Acushnet residents and 6 apartments to Mattapoisett residents. I've seen the plans, it looks really nice. The building itself is beautiful, so it would be nice to reserve that building. Once it's done, I believe it's going to be turned over to the housing authority. This is just in the works. It's something that the selectmen need to get together and vote on if they're willing to do this. It would be a great idea for the town. It would give them more of their housing, low-income housing. It would also be a great idea for veterans. There's a lot of homeless veterans out there, and everybody deserves a place to live. It would also be nice for the housing authority. We could keep up that building and keep it just as beautiful as it is, or even update it and keep it
They're
very
all,
nice.
they're all same one bedroom.
They're not one bedrooms. They're actually
Studio.
studio apartments.
Oh, excellent.
Yep. So hopefully, I'm going to be working with Connie from Dartmouth to get a meeting together with us and the Acushnet Selectmen. We can go and view them. It's simple, open room concept, kitchen. It does have an office. I'm not sure if, maybe in other towns, they usually give the office to the veterans agent, which totally makes sense for him to be in that building. Be something nice for him. And it also has a community area, so that, if they want to come out, like similar to this, so they can come and play cards or, so the plan,
Socializing.
yeah, the plan, really good. It also involved a little addition to it to bring it out a little bit more. So depending on the selectmen and the way the funding goes, hopefully we can bring that to fruition and have something extra for the town and preserve the library.
No, good.
Okay. Now, it depended the selectmen to decide if they
Well, I think
want
how,
or not.
well, how it stands right now is we, not me, myself, but the gentleman that's doing this can get the funding, but they can't get funding unless they get votes from both towns to say that if the funding does go through, they would be willing to put so much, I think they would bond the money, so it wouldn't cost the taxpayers money every year, it would come out of the CPA for housing. So once that goes through, then they can start the funding process. They can put in the applications to get the grant money. Once this particular company gives the grant money, this particular company, I don't know if it's a company or an agency.
Probably an agency.
It's more of an agency. Once they give us the money, we don't have, it doesn't have to be bid prevailing wages. So all the money that they're saying it's gonna cost, it could be $1 million less because prevailing wage does
Yeah,
cost a
exactly.
lot to the
Yeah.
state. So once everything's in order and both towns vote to give the money, then I believe there's a 2-year period so we can get the funding. So if anything's done, once the funding's there, if all this goes through, it should take 10 to 12 months to build it.
Mhm.
So hoping in just a perspective at 3 years, 4 years, it would all be done. Getting the funding is the hardest part,
Oh, yes, of course. Money
or the
wise.
longest part.
Oh, yes. All the time,
I know.
involve money.
Yes, you got.
The updated construction report, I kind of gave that all to you on what's going on in construction, so, the only other thing that came, to the table, R689, the programs did change, so they need certain things that the other program did not need. So they need the shower, the downstairs bathroom done really quick. So we don't technically have the money put away for that, but we had 2 projects for our 689. One being changing the floor in the kitchen and in the boiler room. The other being putting in a new a new glass sliding door. Both projects together probably are $14,000 to $15,000. So depending, we're gonna call a company to see if they can come and take the tub out, get under the floor, get the tiles out, and just put a big walk-in shower for them. So it might cost us a little bit of money, but the majority of the money will be coming from our capitalization money.
Mhm.
So that just came up this week. It's something that we're working on. Hopefully by the next board meeting, we can have some kind of a vote, because they definitely need the shower there. I believe, is it leaking, Mike?
Well, it's on the first floor, yeah, it is leaking behind the tiles and stuff.
Yeah, so it's getting behind the
popping off.
tiles.
Oh, yeah, they get damaged.
So preventative maintenance.
Yeah,
Preventative maintenance work order for that. So that's what we're working on. That's all I have.
We were looking to do that a while ago, but the other tenants, they wanted other priorities
Yeah.
done, so that's why.
And it wasn't even that, it was a lot of that, they couldn't be without a shower for
Yeah.
like more than 24 hours, where they can use the upstairs shower, so but there's some companies, they say, that come in and out within 2 days, so that's what we're looking into right now. Our gentleman in construction at DHCD had a few cards, and we're gonna call them to come down, just to give us a price on, where we are with it, depending what kind of procurement we have to use for it, because anything under $10,000, we can do out of here, anything over, our cap will do. Anything over 30 goes to an engineer, so we're hoping we can do it without an engineer.
I hope so too.
Yep. And that's what I am.
There's only comments to do.
We have one vacancy, which probably, technically, we have a vacancy. It should be done in 4 days, but we already have, with the new system, with DHCD, we already have an offer out, so. Or to be notified, I
Should be
say.
finished in 4 days, not done in 4 days.
Yeah. It should be finished in 4 days and rented within like 2 weeks. So the offer is pulled. It will be made as soon as the maintenance is done. What's that?
You all done?
I'm done.
Any more questions for the director? If
No.
none, could I have a motion to accept the report?
Are you set to report?
Now I'll make a motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Maintenance report.
I think Lynn just said most of it for me. The only other thing, we did the inspections on the apartments the last couple of weeks. There was, a few minor things that we had to take care of, nothing major. When they came out yesterday, they inspected 3 apartments, and there was just one that I had to just move a smoke detector, the smoke detector was too close to the fan, ceiling fan, so we just have to move that. Besides the normal maintenance, I've been doing the apartment, and like I say, we've been busy.
How many apartments did you check?
Just 3.
No, they
Oh.
it's a lottery. They
Yeah.
originally call out 6.
Oh, yeah?
So they go through 6 files of work orders, maintenance, work orders, and then as they walk around, they just say, we'll do 3. So it's like on the spot, we don't know which ones. What he was talking about, the smoke detector, that's not, and they realize this, that has nothing to do with us.
Yeah,
The
that's
ban has
the-
been there way before our time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not something that I would have known. These apartments do have two smoke detectors, so just to be on the safe side, we're just gonna take that one out, get a battery operated one. We are getting all new smoke detectors, so that issue will be fixed once the new smoke detector goes in. He felt, and which we need to talk to the fire chief too, about how many, which I know this is in the engineering quote, how many smoke detectors are needed. And that's just gonna be something, we didn't know about, but it's something that we can look in the future. A lot of these fans were put in before our time,
Yeah,
and what happened was, as the tenants were moving out, new tenants were moving in, and if the fan broke, the housing authority was responsible for fixing it. So it's a new law that came, it's a PHN, a public housing notice that came in from the state saying, once we go in a vacancy, all fans have to be taken out and capped. So if the people do want a fan, they can have a licensed electrician put it in, but they have to also follow the code. Most of the apartments somebody along the way have already paid to have a fan put in. So now with this new project, we're just gonna make sure that they're the right amount away from the smoke detectors. So, and that fan actually could have been there even, because that smoke detector was a project, I think in the early 80s or 90s. So the fan could have been there before the smoke detector. We're not sure what happened, but we are addressing the situation.
that's about it.
Okay. Any questions, Michael?
No.
Okay, could I have a motion to accept the Michael's report?
I make a motion.
Second motion?
All in favor?
Aye.
Next meeting date.
Next meeting
Not
will
December,
be
is it?
No.
November 20th, that's the third Wednesday.
You're gonna need one before that, Lynn?
If I do, I will, it have to be a special meeting. I'm not sure where the engineers are. Once they have all the bin process, they could call me and say, the bin process was in, it came in, we need a board vote, I'll let you know. As of right now, I'm not aware of any of that.
Okay. No more business? Motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
We're now adjourned.